You ready, Joanna?
Yeah, I was born ready.
Spock!
The ship! Out of danger!
Yes.
Don't grieve, Admiral. It is logical. The needs of the many outweigh.
The needs of the few.
Or the one. I never took the Kobayashi Maru test until now. What do you think of my solution? You have been, and always shall be, my friend. Live long and prosper.
No! Gone!
That was perfect.
Here's another episode of FilmSpeak, a special one for Bill and I.
Yes, aside from having the amazing Raz T slasher and Jason Schierloh here, we will be talking about the movie Wrath of Khan.
This one is a biggie for the both of us. From the time I saw this in high school, I was a fan. It seriously changed my life. It was the crossroads moment where I cursed for forever for being a goofball dork.
Wouldn't want you any other way. For me, when I saw it, it was the moment when my dad took me to go see it. I was gobsmacked. Overwhelmed by a wonderful story, this movie wedged into my burgeoning intellect the concept of the greater good and affected how I look at the world. This is the true impact of art.
Well put.
Thank you.
Talking about Khan, we'll have to wait as we... Let me start again. Talking about Khan, we'll have to wait as we first will be sitting... Why can't I get this? Talking about Khan, we'll have to wait as we first will be sitting with Raz and Jason to find out what they're going on, what they're doing locally. Why do you write so much? Can we bring it back down? I am so sorry.
Actors.
Seed. Okay. Talking about Khan, we'll have to wait as we first will be sitting down with Raz and Jason to find out what they have been going on locally in the film.
Raz and Jason are great guys, and I can't wait to hear what they are up to.
After that is
Hold on, I tell you what, move your mouth.
After that, it is on to talking about one of our favorite films of all time.
Khan!
That was horrible.
It was perfect.
Was it?
I'll take it.
Oh my God! No! No! No!
Hello, Dr. Valdez. I'm God. I realize that heaven and hell and angels and demons are not a part of your scientific fact world that you live in. But believe me, they're real. They're very, very real. There's a great and evil danger that is coming to your world, Dr. Valdez. And I need your help.
I am here to fight, battle, and destroy the evil horde set loose on your world. So, if you are to help me kill demons, how is it done? Demons bleed just like any other being created by the Lord. So the answer is simple. Just make sure they bleed more than you do.
There's a contest. The prize is immortality. To win, all you have to do is kill. When an angry demon with the ability to resurrect and control the dead enters a contest, there'll be hell to pay.
Welcome back to Watch the Bitch Bleed.
Satan is under siege. Apparently we're being attacked by members of the undead.
Slashers gone wild.
That's fucking great. You know, you're supposed to get shit like that every day.
People live in Ohio and not know about any of this.
What are you talking about?
Ohio's the serial killer capital of the world.
Are you kidding me? Ohio?
I mean, Harvey Donald, better known as the Angel of Death. The Blood Brothers, Gary and Thaddeus Lewington. I mean, hell, we've even got Charles Manson and Jeffrey Dahmer.
You guys have either been watching too many horror films and drinking a little bit too much, or you are just a few campers shy of a slasher film.
You can't be back. Come on, you can't be back.
It was a man, a beast, a thing. We found Mary, he killed Mary, it killed Mary. And he got the man at the bar and the woman, and he's just not going to stop. And now he's after us, and I don't even know why.
Welcome back to FilmSpeak. Here we are for a very special episode. Before we get to talking about Wrath of Khan, which we're a little excited for,
Just a little.
we are here to talk to Raz and Jason about what they've been up to in local filmmaking. Thank you very much for coming and being on our show.
Thanks for having us, man.
I tell you, we'll take you guys one at a time if you want to tell us what you got going on, been going on, stuff coming out. We'll start with you, Raz, since
All
you're
right, man.
close enough. And
I got a big mouth and I can talk all day.
Awesome.
Well, take it, brother. Tell us what you've been up to recently.
Man, I guess it would be easier to ask me what I'm not up to lately. It seems like every day I've got a million things going on. One of the biggest things I'm doing right now, with him actually, and a small group of us, we're doing a film called The Mime. And I know what you're thinking. Another clown movie, because there's been like, what, over 60 of them at this point in time. You know, Q Pennywise, of course. This is a lot different. One, there's never been a true full-length horror film about a mime in the history of time. It's never happened. There's just not one. The closest you get is a movie about a guy that kills mimes. So there's never quite been, anything quite like this. The challenge for me is that I'm writing the entire thing, but I'm also playing the mime. So I have to watch everybody act all this stuff out on screen, like while I'm there, but I have to be in character, so when they screw up, I can't say anything about it.
Well, if you're the mime, if you're in character, then wouldn't you just stab them to death?
And I do that. I do that, man. I mean, we did this awesome scene where I stabbed a girl through the back of her skull and it came out of her mouth. I mean, we are doing some, fairly groundbreaking things with this film. And one of the coolest things about it is that when it's released, it gets released with a novel. What I'm doing with this is, again, this has never been done, not just in horror, but with any film ever. They will be released on the same day. Now, you can read the book or watch the movie. You don't have to do both to get the whole story. But if you read and watch, a third story is created that goes along with the whole thing. It's kind of like a 3D tiered structure of the story.
Wow.
And it will be a trilogy. There will be 3 books, there will be 3 movies, and 3 additional stories when you combine everything together.
That is a neat way to create a multi-layered, multi-textured story.
Right. It's good promotion because you've got 2 products. Some people like to just read. Some people like to watch movies. Of course, some people will do both.
Yeah.
And it's the website's interactive. Our Facebook, it's just The Mime.
Sweet.
On Facebook, you type it in. We have our actors that come on. They talked about their experiences on set. We take pictures every day. We let any fans or anyone that's curious ask us any questions they want to. Right there on the page, and we'll answer them no matter how silly it is. We invite people to come on set and watch us do what we do to learn how to make films. At all times. It's an
really
always
cool.
open set.
What was that? What? Yes, FilmSpeak would love to come to your set
Anytime you
and
want.
do a behind-the-scenes footage.
Anytime you guys want to, you can come. That's probably the biggest project we're doing. We just obviously did a film that with you called AC1.
Yes, that was a lot
Really
of fun.
excited about that. Him and I have a lot of other smaller independent projects that we're working on right now. Nothing that we can quite talk about or say the name of.
To let people know real quick, the first trailer for AC1 is also a part of the show
Yes,
today.
also for the Mime.
You would have just saw that and the Mime trailer just a few minutes ago.
And the other trailer would have been for Slashers Gone Wild. It was the first film I was ever in. It's a comedy horror, mostly comedy. We got Best Blood in the tri-state area at a convention already.
Oh, cool.
The gore is amazing. My favorite scene is when I get to take a chainsaw and shove it through this girl's face.
Oh.
After I've talked to people about the proper way to use a chainsaw. And my entire performance in the film from beginning to end was all improv. It was, you need to do this and that, but you need to do your own lines.
Yeah.
So it was my first real experience getting thrown into improv. I mean, I'd done it in theater and on stage before, but I'd never done it as this horror film character.
Yeah.
So I had to design my entire backstory by myself. I mean, some of it was given me the basic concepts, but it was so amazing because, I love Bruce Campbell, obviously. So I'm doing one-liners while I'm killing people.
Nice.
Just a lot of ridiculous stuff. And I've seen T-shirts made out of my one-liners at conventions. I guess we're popular in Eastern Europe, and they have giant posters of me and my mask just in weird places, all over Eastern Europe. And I've had them brought to me at conventions to sign before, and it just blows my mind.
That's really cool.
They're hanging up over hostels everywhere.
They probably are. And I mean, I could
underneath
just show up at one randomly. I don't think anybody would care or notice because you never know where I'm going to be. I don't know where I'm going to be tomorrow.
So in Eastern Europe, you're a celebrity.
Apparently, I mean, I'm guessing it's still probably B-list celebrity. I doubt I'll ever be above that. But I'm good with that. I mean,
Isn't that weird how it works out like that? We did these silent movie series, kind of homaging Charlie Chaplin and Marx Brothers, Harold Lloyd and stuff. And aside from the United States, the place that's biggest is Vietnam.
That's insane.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's awesome how things like that end up countries you'll probably never even go to.
It's like somewhere I'm famous.
Countries sometimes that I don't even remember exist because I'm horrible with geography. I mean, I was looking at a map the other day. It was this highlighted map. I don't remember what I was looking up, and there was no names of countries, just highlighted stuff, and I'm like, I know that's in South America, but I don't know what the name of that place is anymore.
Sadly, I know all the countries from the Yakko Animaniacs
And
song.
that's what I have to go
But they've
through.
all changed.
Yeah, but see, and it's like I'll remember the name, but I don't remember where in the world that country is. Like, I mean, I'll know the basic continent, but I'm like, those shapes look all the same to me. I can't distinguish.
Kazakhstan is somewhere here.
Right.
And I'm famous.
All the stands are
I'm
over
a
there.
celebrity. I am the Brad Pitt of Kazakhstan. Yeah. Yeah. So what about you, Jason? I know you've been working with Raz, but
I am extremely busy. This man here has a jacked up mind. He really should be incarcerated, locked in a padded room somewhere.
I may or may not have been before. I cannot confirm nor deny that.
Let's check on that. He comes up with these ideas for the mind. Hey, we're going to kill him this way. And I get the task of making these things. Yeah, he said, let's stab her in the back of the head and have it come out of her mouth.
Yeah, see, that's awesome.
Just sounds easy.
Well, I tell you, I'm a makeup and gag guy. Love this stuff, and you totally impress me.
I appreciate that.
From what I've seen of your work and your kits and stuff, and the devotion that you put into it, freaking thumbs up.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Other than the mime, AC1, Architect Chaos, which you were in as well.
Yes.
You had quite a violent scene. It kind of scared me a little bit.
It was just a little cameo.
Yeah, yeah.
good.
It looked
Thank
great.
you, thank you.
We have a lot of small projects we're working on. We're kind of working on podcasts. We're working on
Pimp the
YouTube
podcast.
shows. We're kind of got a little bit of everything going on. And in independent films, I still have a full-time job. So
yeah, don't we all?
Nope.
I'm a massage therapist, believe it or not, in my daily life, and I get people that come to me just because they know that I've been in horror films, so they will come and get a massage from me and
Can you
talk
put the
about
mask
it.
on
For an hour and a
just
half,
rub my
I'm working
shoulders?
on them, and all they want to do is talk about it.
Talk about films.
Yeah, it's
comes
awesome. Those are
down.
my favorite clients.
So tell us a little bit about Inner Demon Studios.
It's a company I started. Really, it started when I was about 6 years old. I always wanted to play war, typical boy stuff. Had no money, single mom, didn't have any money. So I would pull all the toilet paper off the rolls, fill them with baby powder, duct tape it up, make a little fake wick, and we would throw them at each other basically as a bomb. And it kind of started from there. Pissed off the neighbors because there's powder flying everywhere. But it went from there. I kind of got into car audio. I did the whole Pimp My Ride thing, the fiberglass, moving amplifiers, TVs everywhere. And a buddy of mine, Jason Durham, talked me into doing a scene for Architect Chaos. I bruised up the girl you beat, and it kind of just skyrocketed from there. I opened the studio in May, and we're filming, 3 days a week now. We have classes on Wednesdays now. It's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and hopefully I can quit my job soon and actually make some money off of it.
But see, I'm with you there. I lost my last job, and I was just like, I'm going to be a filmmaker, which I have not made any money at. So that portion kind of sucks. But I tell you, I love what I'm doing. I'm confident in what I'm doing, so it doesn't faze me a bit. And knowing that you guys, as super talented as you are still, burgeoning and struggling alongside us at the same time. I mean, it's good that we can all be able to lean on and support each other and stuff.
There's a lot of us, and that's all.
We are all at the same level. To not want to work with a company because you might not like one person in it, or there's just no reason why everyone at an independent level, whether it's book publishing, website making, filming, musicians, we should all always be working together, because if one of us makes it, then in turn we're all going to start getting noticed. We're all going to start making it.
And that's the whole point of FilmSpeak here, is to bring all those people together, collaborate, network, meet, and support each other, because you don't have that in the independent film community. You really don't.
You can message me or call me or however you want to get a hold of me, and if I have the time, even if I've never heard of you, I will show up and do something for you. I don't ask anything for it, because people do that for me. Why wouldn't I do that for them?
That's what I always tell people. When my schedule permits, and you need something, and I have no ego. I love to write and direct, but if you need me to hold a boom mic, put a sandwich together on a crafts table, put makeup on, I don't care. If it helps a film, then use me.
If it makes your time on set, easier, why not?
It does. It does.
You're talking about ego. Almost every character I've ever played, you can't see my face. I'm a creature. I've got a mask on, and people love that because I don't care if anyone ever sees my face. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we don't care if people, obviously what we have going on here, we have no ego.
Yeah, we have no ego.
We have no ego.
Well, I tell you, you talk about as an actor being behind a mask the whole time, and you do have this great expressive face. So it would be kind of nice to see you take on a more poignant role, I guess.
I've got a big one coming up, actually. It's an independent comedy film. I actually play a really serious role. It's all, me, all no mask. She wrote this character, and I read it, and then we had this meeting that was supposed to be like 40 minutes, and it lasted for 4 hours.
Oh, wow.
And it was all about how everything about this character's life, is pretty much almost me, except for a lot less crazier than I am.
Yeah.
But it's called Immaculate Possession, and we're going to be doing that starting later this year.
Nice.
Yep.
Need some crew? Let me know. I got your back.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And I forgot to mention, I do the Raz and Dark podcast,
Yes.
which I really want you guys to be on, since we can do some cross-promotion stuff.
Yeah.
Would
We
love
have
that.
a really famous zombie author, huge in the independent scene right now. His name is Mark Tufo.
Okay, yeah,
He
I've
does
heard of him.
he's an amazing guy. We had him on the show.
Nice.
The guy that does all his audiobooks and a bunch of others, Sean Renette, we've got him later on this month. We've had a lot of people from all around Ohio and all different industries
Who's
on
that
there.
really cool guy you had on? Oh, me.
Yeah, we had him on there. The first episode we had was my wife, and she does a lot of special effects. She also is
Really?
directing the mime right now. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be film either. It can be any industry.
Yeah.
We had a guy that books conventions
Oh,
on our show we recorded on Thursday night. It doesn't matter. The deal is you have to still be independent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our only.
Independent artist.
Yeah, you have to be independent in some way. You could be on the higher side or the lower side, but not enough people hear about independent stuff, so that's what our show's pretty much all about.
Exactly.
We've
I
had.
kind of feel like you're the audio part of like FilmSpeak, because that's like we bring independent musicians, or writers, graphic novelists. Because
I've seen all your episodes, and we do a lot of the same
Yeah,
stuff.
we try and
do
vary
skits.
it.
We do a lot of
Yeah.
the same stuff that you guys do.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is another reason
awesome.
why I really wanted to get you guys, both
Yeah,
on the
that would be
podcast,
awesome.
because we've got 3 hosts. It's Dark, Mariah, and myself, and we've got this awesome guy from New Zealand. Now, New Zealand is ahead of us time-wise. His
Yeah.
name's John, so we call him John Connor from the future. He hardly says anything, but when he does, it's always like this quick-witted. He's getting a
likes sheep.
soundboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole thing about sheep that we probably shouldn't talk about, but because he's from New Zealand and it's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So,
But
so,
I mean,
so the
it's
sheep are always like, come back.
yeah,
John."
exactly. Because I'm a huge Ren and Stimpy fan, I stole this whole thing they used to do called Ask Dr. Stupid,
Yeah.
where you'd ask a random
Ask Dr.
question and he would never answer you for real. He would just come up with the most insane stuff. And so it's called Ask Raz. I'm always posting on Facebook. Anyone can leave a question for me. It doesn't matter how disgusting it is, how random it is. I get questions that I shouldn't probably repeat on this show. Then I get normal stuff about, my inspirations on film.
Yeah.
I've given you a few questions.
Yeah, some of them are about sexually transmitted diseases. I got one that just simply said, all it said was, is it herpes and should I call my girlfriend? That's all the question was.
Yes.
What'd you say is yes.
I said,
yes
actually,
and yes.
you shouldn't call her because what it is werewolf herpes. So, we did a supernatural
it
STD
changes.
thing. Yeah, we did a
Kids tune
supernatural
out right
STD
now.
thing.
You don't,
It
need,
was,
you don't need supernatural. My favorite venereal disease is called the black mushroom.
Oh.
Turns the tip into a giant black, swollen mushroom-looking thing.
I
and
never
the cure,
want to hear that.
the cure, is a rubber mallet.
oh, it's nice, dude.
Isn't that awesome?
I actually went to the CDC website and I ripped off how they set up their PSAs. So it was about supernatural.
You love this.
It was about
I'm like,
that stuff.
where
though.
is this going?
Right.
You know where it needs to go is a commercial break.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Let's,
I think
let's
it's
take a
about
break,
time.
and then we'll
You have
get
to limit
into
me or I don't shut up.
Con!
And fade.
Fade to black, because that.
Welcome to FilmSpeak. Don't know who was sleeping and missed it, but we had a special contest a couple weeks ago where we had somebody win tickets off guessing a, I guess you would say, trivia picture having to do with Night of the Living Dead. And they won tickets to go see the new Planet of the Apes movie and the Super XD 4D new digital thing. And here's our winners. Please introduce yourselves to our viewers.
Hi, I am Christina.
And I'm Paul.
So what did you guys think of the movie Planet? What was Rise?
Dawn.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Yes, super long name. I'm like tongue twister type name, but the movie was good. It was really good. I was impressed. I liked how they brought the humanity to the apes. It kind of made the apes seem real instead of just big hairy men with
So like
guns.
more like individual personalities and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, they expanded on the personalities from the previous film of Rise there, and also kind of made you want to see their humanity along with ours, so you almost didn't want to pull for one side or the other to be victorious in an outcome, although they still came up with an antagonist for it.
That's kind of an amazing juxtaposition to do when you're talking about a movie and having the humans and apes, and when you're cheering for the apes, you know, over the humans. That's kind of a neat twist. So I had, though haven't seen the movie myself, I was reading reviews yesterday. They said that the opening sequence, that's what I was kind of curious about hearing, was the hunting scene, I guess, they said was just beautiful with the cinematography that they used.
Yes, I did.
Especially in the XD and whatever, XD, 3D, all
yeah.
that. It was really neat. It was like you're almost there. And when it rained, it was you were expecting like, okay, there's the raindrops, come on.
Now, how was it affecting you? I mean, was the new like 3D? Did you get vertigo?
I didn't. I thought I was going to, but it wasn't that bad.
That's good. So you don't need a barf bag when
no,
you
do not need a barf bag.
That is a good thing.
But the movie is really, really long. So watch what you drink, because I had to go pee like 3 times during the movie. So
definitely worth seeing then?
Definitely worth seeing.
Yes,
you have to see the first movie first.
Yes.
The Rise of?
Yes.
With James Franco
exactly.
film? Yes.
I would recommend seeing that first before you would see this movie.
Yeah, it'll definitely help you connect the dots a lot better.
So you might be lost a little bit if you just try to jump into the second one.
Yes,
just a little bit.
You're going to miss out on some of the conflict between everybody.
So yeah, check out the first one before you go see the second one. And thank you very much for coming on.
We appreciate it.
And keeping track of FilmSpeak, and thank you for paying attention to our Facebook page. And see what you can win if you like us, okay? Pay attention to FilmSpeak. You could go to the movies, because that's what we're all about, is the movies. Thank you. Thank you very much. And please come again.
We will. Thank you.
And scene. That's perfect. Perfect shot angle right there. You don't need to catch all of me. This is all about Joe.
Ah, it's about me.
Did you hear Rusty? Yeah, right. You just put your mics on under the shirt.
Oh yeah, mics.
We'll have.
It ain't going nowhere.
Oh.
Ain't even clipped.
Admiral, don't grieve.
Hey Spock, why don't we go back to my quarters? I'll show you my captain's log.
Oh.
It's a logical.
I'll show you a Klingon.
We have to go.
What?
The compound's been overrun.
We have to get somewhere safe, Betty. Come on.
We're safe.
That's when the whole world went wrong. Don't get me wrong, what happened is horrible. I finally felt adjusted.
We have to go. Go now.
You kept what was important.
What's that?
Your will to live.
And welcome back. Here we are to talk about one of our favorite films here. This is The Wrath of Khan.
I'm so excited.
For Joanna and I, this is a big flick.
My ears are so hard right now. I'm so excited.
Okay, I can't get away. She can talk about her ears being hard, but I get censored. This is just unfair. You know, it's a sexist environment.
Unfair practice in the workplace.
I'm the cute one here.
She's cuter. She gets away with more.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys for joining us for this talk on one of our most favorite films. Before I seize on and start chatterboxing, because really love this movie.
It's a good movie.
What are your feelings about the Wrath of Khan there, Raz?
It is my favorite Star Trek film of all time, even including the newer ones.
Yeah.
To me, my dad was a Trekkie growing up, and he kind of really instilled that in me. And I remember the first time that I watched that, the scene where the puts the thing in the ear, that gave me nightmares. I mean, I was watching like Freddy and Jason and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but that scene freak me out. And have you seen those little bugs that they call them earwigs?
Yeah.
Every time I see those, that's what it reminds me of.
too.
And like I had a fear of those as a kid. Yes. I was terrified of those as a kid because I thought that was what they used in the movie. I thought they took that and like somehow made it bigger, and that's what they put in someone's ear. And they terrified me when I was little. But yeah, Wrath of Khan is. It's from '82. That's the year I was born too, so I have an extra special connection.
Oh, you're young kids.
I'm young. I look older than everybody I know, but I'm actually pretty young.
born.
But for me, that movie is Star Trek for me.
I was 12 when it came out. My parents were divorced, and my dad had taken me to the first Star Trek movie, which was okay. And then took me to Wrath of Khan. I guess while we're on the subject, I would like to bring up the rule of Star Trek, which is even number Star Trek movies don't suck.
Yes.
2, 4, 6, awesome. Yep. 1, 3, 5, suspect. I mean, they have moments. I mean, even with Christopher Lloyd being a Klingon and number 3, couldn't save it.
And I really thought, oh my God, Christopher Lloyd, this is going to be great. And then his part was cool.
His part was cool, but aside from that.
Yeah, you're right, man. You're right.
But yeah, Wrath of Khan seriously impacted me. It introduced my burgeoning mind to the concept of the greater good, which had never occurred to me before ever seeing the movie. And it weighted me and stuck with me even to now, 32 years later?
Yeah.
So, and what do you think? What's your opinion on the Wrath of Khan?
I watched it recently. I was never really a Star Trek guy when I was younger.
That's right. We'll forgive you.
I'm sorry.
That is illogical.
Don't Facebook
It's
me
very
with death threats. But I thought some of the scenes were pretty cool, even for being a billion years old. It's pretty cool. I really want to do the ear thing.
Well, a remarkable thing about when Wrath of Khan came out, it holds the distinction of being the first digital effect in the movie.
Yep. Really?
The brand new Industrial Light and Magic created by Lucas, they had just opened a year before, using the technology they had developed for Empire Strikes Back. And that's where, but that scene where it shows the Genesis planet, you got that was the first digital special effect ever.
Wow. It was awesome. I think some of it's like, when you see the Enterprise coming out when it first emerges.
Yeah.
It holds up to a lot of effects even today. I mean, it's better than some stuff I see today.
I tell you, effects, yes, and another big thing for me is the writing, the characters. I mean, Khan.
I give you.
Freaking favorite moment. From hell's heart I stab at thee. With my last breath I spit at you.
Yeah.
And he had a mullet.
He
rocked it, dude.
Mullet. I mean, it was
beautiful.
I'm very envious. If I ever rock a mullet, I'm gonna be like, give me the Khan.
Well, I tell you,
I want the Khan.
If you can't equal his mullet, then you're just a bad lesbian and probably shouldn't have that haircut.
I think you could cut your hair to look like that.
I could. I won't. Do it. I use bobby pins and curl it under and do the cheating way.
Feather it.
I don't think you would really have the Khan mullet. You would have more of the Jack Burton mullet from
You're probably right.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, you know what?
There you go.
That's my movie.
That's my type of movie.
That's my movie too.
All right, well, we're on my movie.
We're on our
Wrath of
sorry.
Khan.
Geek it out.
Yes.
Geek it out.
I am totally geeking right now. I just can't get all the geek out. I'm just.
When I was a kid watching Star Trek, I watched all the episodes, during the 70s and stuff. And then when I went and saw the first Star Trek movie, I was just kind of like, well, that's good.
Yeah.
I like the whole V'ger thing. It was neat.
It was like a long episode.
It was smart. Well, it was missing the things that I loved from the Star Trek episodes.
Exactly. Yeah.
The whole if only there was something I could make a rudimentary lays, or the fist fights.
Yes.
Yeah.
It
kind of like Wrath of Khan kind of took it back to and that's why I love it, because it kind of went back to how the episodes were laid out and the explosion. Oh gosh,
That was wonderful.
Like, yes, that's what I've been waiting for.
Exactly.
The first time I saw Wrath of Khan, I was 16, and I was a sophomore in high school, and my aunt grew up watching the Star Trek, but with Jean-Luc Picard.
Yeah.
And I was just like, whatever. And so when we watched Wrath of Khan, I was just like, okay, Star Trek. By the end of it, I literally was like this, like looking around. Did everyone else just love that as much as I did? I was like, that was amazing. I mean, look, Spock is on my phone.
Wow.
Kid you not. This has been on my phone for a year.
She ain't lying.
And I have an embarrassing story, too.
Do tell.
How much I love Star Trek. I was at Comic-Con 2 or 3 years ago in Columbus, and spent the whole day there with a friend, went to the after party, met a few of the cosplayers, and we were just hanging out with cosplayers, drinking, and outside on the balcony, dancing, and there was like, I remember there was an Elvis, there was a Captain Kirk, and then there was like something else. I had a dinosaur mask because if you had a costume, you got a free drink. I wasn't about to get all costumed up, but I did have a dinosaur mask, and I did get a free drink. So we're dancing. My friend leaves to go back into the bar to grab a drink. A few minutes later, she comes running out, and she's like, oh my God, Norman Reedus is here. There's no one with him. You should go talk to him. Go talk about music and movies and blah, 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 blah. And I literally looked at her. She's like, you literally looked at me and went, no. Turned back towards cosplaying Captain Kirk and started dancing the robot with him. I literally passed up a moment to talk with Norman Reedus to hang out with a balding middle-aged man dressed as Captain Kirk.
Not just hang
and
hang
I was
out.
just like,
Do the robot.
Do the robot.
Yeah.
Do the robot.
Do it.
That's how much. So the moral of that
or
story
a good drink.
Or a good drink.
Yeah, very good drink. The moral of that story is, fellas, ladies love Star Trek.
Yes. So if you're
And
balding,
if you ever feel that you're, even Norman, I know you don't have problems now with the ladies, but there may come a day. And when that day comes,
You use the Star Trek.
get a Captain Kirk costume, because it's hot. It is hot.
he wears that daily.
Well, I tell you,
It makes my Vulcaneers go,
I've never been a Trekkie, but I've always liked Trek.
Right, same here.
Exactly.
All the old episodes. Like my favorite episode is the one where they go down to the planet, and then when they're beaming back up, they get switched with the dimension where everybody's evil, and they all have goatees, right? It was one of my favorite episodes of all time. Ends with the best Star Trek line ever, which is when Kirk's beaming out, he says to the evil Spock, he says, every revolution starts with one man with a vision. And even as a kid, I was just like, that is so cool. Yeah.
It couldn't be more perfect.
I know I'm a little younger than you, but I mean, even growing up in the 80s, for me, like, all the important life lessons that I've ever learned came from, the older shows and the older films from the 60s and 70s. It wasn't because my parents were telling me anything, but it was, it was Star Trek. It was watching Star Wars. It was...
Well, from this movie, they're aged. And so they're coming back to teach, the younger cadets or whatever.
Kirk's
so
the Admiral now, and he hates it.
He's got to put his little reading glasses on when he's like,
I love that.
The shot of Scotty
and
with
the
the
whole
cadet.
thing is like,
and Kirstie Alley.
You're growing older, you're aging, but you don't have to give up what you love.
Right.
Like, you don't have to give up space, and
The final frontier.
and he finally
Great
faces
deals on hotels.
death. He finally
TJ
faces
Hooker.
death. That's the best
My
part.
favorite line, I think, was... he says, revenge is a dish best served cold, and it's cold in space.
Yeah.
I love that. That's my favorite bad guy. That's one of my favorite all-time bad guy lines.
Well, they wrote a lot of themes from the book Moby Dick
into a ton of
for
it.
Khan because Captain Kirk was his Moby Dick.
And then they did the movie where they saved the whale.
Yeah.
So that was.
That was that was such a cheesy one, but Star Trek 4.
But Spock on a subway, dude,
which was
come
great
on,
one.
That was sweet.
Oh, just to hear him say, "And a double dumbass to you."
Yes. that was an important moment in my life.
A lot of little moments.
The nuclear vessel. Could you please show me where the nuclear vessel is?
We are so dorky. Oh God.
I would never argue that concept. Yes.
No, I'm
yes,
embracing
I am,
it.
very much so.
I am embracing it, as you can tell. I don't even care.
Yeah, we're in Nirvana today. It doesn't really matter.
I am.
It's a normal Tuesday outfit for you.
Exactly. I had a donut and I'm dressed as Spock. This is the best day ever.
When I was in
Just
the Army
saying.
Infantry, I used to have a friend who was a Trekkie. And it would be the kind of thing where it'd be Friday, and I'd be like, hey, Steve, come on, let's go to the movies, man. We'll go to Waikiki and go see a film, grab some dinner. He'd be like, okay, let me get ready. And I'd be down in the quad waiting, and here he'd come in his blue uniform. He had the fully bought uniform. And anytime we'd walk in, like the sliding doors, right? Anytime we were walking up to them, he'd go, bridge. Right? She will now steal that.
Why haven't I thought of that before?
I don't really like anything Star Trek past them. My captain is Kirk. I don't really like any other captain. I mean, they've been okay. I don't have a problem with them. It's just that it's all about Kirk. And in my family, it's a big deal. We do the impressions
We were doing
time.
ADR last night, ADR for Will to Live, and I was trying to say something, and it came out. I was like, I sound like
very
I was like,
Anytime we need to remind each other anything, or like do like a, you know how people will be like note to self, it's start 8, 4, 7, 8, 12, 13. And you know that's how we start. Like every time we have to have a conversation, we learn something from our. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's how we remind each other like, what we need to do and like our notes to self. Like I used to carry around a little tape recorder to remind myself of things like like songs I was writing for the band I was in, film ideas, all this stuff, and it would always be that voice with some star date that made no sense.
Okay, I'm really addicted to these because I love them. Do you ever watch what is that? Mega Battles, History of Rap.
Oh, the famous rap battles.
Yeah,
Yes.
of history.
Yes, I watched them all.
Captain Kirk
Yes.
versus Christopher Columbus is awesome.
It was beautiful. It really was. I thought like Hitler and Darth Vader was going to do it for me like forever.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that one.
Oh, they have some really good ones.
Yeah.
Batman versus Sherlock Holmes is another favorite.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Anyways, back on to Wrath of Khan
Yes,
before we call this
yes,
quits.
yes.
I guess we can all say very positive film that we all enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
I definitely took a lot away from it.
Spock died.
Yeah,
that was
died.
a big, but then they reversed it.
Yeah.
Remember.
I love the space burial scene though. I mean, it was like so sad.
It
man.
was.
I cry.
I still cry.
Okay, yeah.
I still cry.
I'm 43 years old. I've watched this movie maybe 60 times over the past 30 years.
Right.
Okay, between the death scene in the warp drive and the funeral, I will bawl. Okay, like I'm an 11-year-old girl about to go see the Beatles. And it happens every time.
I just kind of got that.
He's an 11-year girl.
It's like at that point in time, you're so attached
Come
to the
ride
character.
my yellow submarine.
You weren't watching the character die. It was a family member. You know, you watched him all the time.
He was beloved.
You know, you learned lessons from him. So it was like watching a father. You know, like a father figure.
And the best
pass
part
away.
is,
even though it wasn't real.
it was a logical decision to go in there.
Yeah.
But it was also very human.
It was.
It was
But
very
you know what,
human.
It was the human side
He
of it.
sacrificed himself for the good of others.
As a 12-year-old kid, I didn't realize that they set up the ending, you know, right there in the beginning of the movie when him and Kirk are having the conversation, you know, before everything starts and they're about to go and do the inspection and stuff. They have a conversation. It basically foreshadows what's going to happen. But, you know, 12 years old, I did not pick that up.
The human side of Spock. And, yeah.
And they do the little exchange that they also do at the end, you know, that the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one and everything. Yeah.
The one.
Live long and prosper.
I do think that Cumberbatch played a decent Khan. I mean, it was a very different Khan, but it was like, he seemed to me like it'd be this new Khan that was almost a counterpart of Spock. He was very logical, he was very cold and calculating, and it was different and new, like completely different than what we had, but I thought that it was such an interesting take on, you know, what they had done before.
Yeah.
Well, the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies, when I first heard about it, I was like,
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, same here.
I saw the first one, I was like, what a neat way. And plus, you can make any rules you want because you just change time with a paradox.
Right. But they're able to keep everything, you know, the original stuff in it too. And it's like,
so yeah, and Bernadette Cumberbatch is just a phenomenal
He's a hottie.
actor. I don't know about
best
that.
Sherlock ever too. I think personally.
Yeah.
He's Sherlock for me for sure.
I don't know. I just heard.
I wasn't sure about him and Sherlock, but then when I actually watched the series,
the same here.
I was like, and Martin Freeman, I was like, oh yeah.
Ian McKellen has a movie coming out called Mr. Holmes.
Yeah, I do want to see that. Really
I want to
bad.
see that.
That looks awesome.
That looks very, very good.
But yeah, Cumberbatch definitely is Khan. I can't wait to see. They're going to do an actual Wrath of Khan, where he's actually coming back because like you didn't see enough. I mean, I don't feel like I saw really enough between Khan and everybody.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and they're going to have, he's frozen right now.
Yeah, so it's kind of like
200 people, so they even have like a bigger crew.
Like
than
what they did in the bombs for Wrath of Khan. You know, they
Yeah.
had the people inside the torpedoes. So I'm wondering if, you know, are they going to do that again with the torpedoes? And if they do it, are they going to tie in the original Khan movie?
Yeah.
Which I think they could. I mean, with the way they have it set up, I think they easily could.
I guess we can get a little consensus that if you have not seen Wrath of Khan, go see it.
Yes.
I mean, this is even one of Quentin Tarantino's favorite movies.
Yep.
The only person I don't know who doesn't like it is our very own Mark Burris, and screw him.
Screw you, Mark.
Screw you, Mark.
Star Wars.
Yeah. I don't know. I like both.
Me too. But you know, people are pissed though about J.J. Abrams doing Star Wars and Star Trek. Like, there is a huge outcry on both sides, and I'm like, dude, he's amazing.
He's amazing. To
look at what good he's doing with everything else.
Yeah.
He's going to do a good job for Star Wars. So settle down, calm down, fanboys. Just settle down.
I don't know. I'm
Can't
curious to see.
Make everyone happy.
Can't make everyone
That's-
happy.
Yeah.
Just do it because you love it.
Exactly.
Thank you, everybody. Please join us for the outros. Rathacon! Con!
Spock side.
What they said.
Spock side. We are assembled here today to pay final respects to our honored dead. And yet it should be noted, in the midst of our sorrow, this death takes place in the shadow of life, the sunrise of a new world, a world that our beloved comrade gave his life to protect and nourish. He did not feel this sacrifice a vain or empty one, and we will not debate his profound wisdom at these proceedings. Of my friend, I can only say this. Of all the souls I have encountered in my travels, his was the most human. That's it. How was that? Is that okay?
That was good. There's just so much going on. I'm just like, after the first, we will first be talking first. All right, close. That was great. This has got to be my favorite episode yet because of my ears. Thank you for coming on, Raz and Jason, and we hope you'll come back next season.
I could talk about Rathacon for a whole nother episode. Join us next week when we'll research the benefits of line jello enemas.
If you weren't in this business, you would be strange. Instead of, you're eccentric.
I will take that. Eccentric.
Check us out on Facebook and tell us what you think of the show, or just let us know your favorite films.
That is at facebook.com/talkfilms to me. One word.
I know I'm going to regret this, but what are some of your other favorite 80s sci-fi films?
I have a few. Last Starfighter, Aliens, Starman, The Thing, Enemy Mine, and Blade Runner.
That's it?
I was trying to keep it short, but if you insist...
No. That's okay. We don't have time for that. Just keep watching, everybody.
Bye!
Bye!
Con!
That's a wrap.
I don't like to lose.
Good job, guys.
Oh, you know what? I could.
Yeah, Bill, pay it to the inside of the shirt.
How's that? Can you hear me if I have it here? I have a tank
so
top
tight,
strap on.
it just stays in place.
All good we'll have.